Welcome to Boys, episode 176.
76.
I'm Robbie Ray.
I'm Josh.
And we are here.
You said like, listen, I'm Robbie Ray.
Listen, I'm Robbie Ray.
Like it's AA or something.
And I'm a podcastaholic. We're here to entertain you.
Welcome.
We're going to do our best. We have a very special episode tonight.
We do. You know what we do? You know why?
Why?
First snow of the season happened today.
That's
special.
I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about the snow. I've been thinking about the weather.
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking about a lot of things. And I thought, boy, is it a nice time to buy a motorcycle.
It was a really smart time to buy a bike.
I got a good solid 2 weekends, and now it's snowing.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully it will be. You know what? A great time, because your bike's not a very large, it's not a huge bike.
Right.
So you can learn how to ride in the cold without risk, without like the maximum risk.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I did indeed order a motorcycle jacket.
You did.
Not a leather jacket, because I've already got that covered.
Mm-hmm.
And don't touch the leather. I needed something that was textile, that had the body armor in it.
Yeah.
Because, okay, since they call me the motorcycle kid now,
Mm-hmm.
I had to do some research.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought a book called Proficient Cycling.
I was going to say cycling for dummies.
Right. Mopeds for Dummies. And I'm reading this book. Well, okay, so I Google search. I'm like, okay, what's the best, the cream of the crop?
Well, that's your problem. You should have binged it.
Ah, damn it. I DuckDuckGo'd it.
Oh,
Because I don't like Google. I searched my options for the one-stop shop for all things how to correctly, not just ride a bike. I know how to ride,
sure.
but the perfect way to take a corner.
Sure. Or properly maintain.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Riding in traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Hand signals. What if your turn signal goes out?
Well, you said you learned something that I always thought was a dickhead move, but apparently is totally fucking legal.
From what I understand, and maybe I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, write in and write me. Write me and write me.
But it's the
Lane splitting.
lane splitting. So if you have as long as there's dotted lines in the lane, a motorcycle is free to just ride in between cars.
Yeah. Which seems very dangerous.
Soup's dangerous. I mean, I've seen it a lot, and every time it happens, I'm like, man, fuck that asshole.
Yeah.
But he's probably not trying to be a dick. He's like, no, I got to get to work. I got to get to this thing, or I got to go to this vape shop because I got to chuck some thunderclouds.
Right. Is that what they call it?
I don't know.
So I got this book. I'm reading the book. Turns out the book reads very much like a textbook.
Did you buy a textbook?
I think I bought a textbook.
Did you get?
It says second edition on the cover.
That's a textbook.
Yeah, that's a textbook. It feels like a textbook.
Mm-hmm.
It smells like a textbook. And you know what they say?
If it smells like a textbook, reads like a textbook, it's a duck.
I think it is. However, it's packed with useful knowledge.
Like a textbook.
Like a textbook would
Yeah.
be, yeah. And I'm reading it, and it said right off the bat, obviously, I'm not one of those thrill seekers,
Right.
like a speed demon.
You're not a biker boy.
I'm not an adrenaline junkie.
Yeah. Adrenochrome.
But I'm reading the book. I'm learning. Chapter 1, line 1, wear a helmet, dummy. Wear a helmet.
Yeah.
It blows my mind that somebody operating any vehicle, like a motorcycle, two-wheeled vehicle.
That's not encased like a car.
Right.
Yeah.
Wouldn't wear a helmet.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that's your brain,
Well,
man.
Robbie,
your brain bucket.
It's for nerds.
Is it, though?
Do you want to look cool? You know how cool it looks to wear just a bandana on your fucking bald head?
That's true.
Riding a hog down the street?
Yeah, how else are your earrings going to dangle in the breeze?
No, wear a fucking helmet. I know you think it looks lame. I remember being a teenager, and when I first started driving, I thought seatbelts were uncool.
Right.
But it's put the seatbelt on, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, just wear the seatbelt.
Just wear the goddamn seatbelt.
And when you're riding a motorcycle, wear a helmet. If you don't wear a helmet, write us. Let me know your argument against not wearing a helmet. I'd really like to know, and I'm not being facetious. I'm not trying to be funny.
Now,
I really want to know.
have heard people say, I've heard arguments against seatbelts because, you know, we've all seen the ones where it's a kid gets in an accident and the seatbelt actually chops their fucking head off.
Right.
That can happen.
Yeah.
Very rare.
Sure.
There's also the times when it saves you from flying through your windshield.
But I've heard people say, I'd rather be ejected from the car than be locked in the car in a wreck. And I'm like, not me. I don't want to crash test dummy out the front windshield.
And then have that car roll over on top. I've seen Final Destination, too. I know what happens.
I've seen some faces of death, and I know the outcome. Yeah. So I'm reading the book.
You got your helmet.
Got me a good helmet. It's a cool helmet. I see. That's funny because I never thought that helmets were dorky. I always thought helmets made the motorcycle rider look more like a motorcycle rider.
Yeah, okay, here's the thing. They can look nerdy if you're wearing a nerdy helmet.
Yeah,
there are plenty of nerdy helmets out there.
Yeah, I don't want one that looks like the Iron Man helmet.
No, you don't want the fucking one with the mohawk on it.
Right, or the silicone spikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Or the ones that look like... I've seen some that have like these weird... It almost looks like an alien, what do you call that? The
Xenomorph?
The Xenomorph, it's like kind of like they're longer.
Yeah.
Like a cyclist helmet.
You know what other ones look really dumb? And maybe if I was forced the decision to wear this helmet or not wear one, maybe I'd be in camp no helmet. The what could best be described as the Nazi helmet?
Oh, the World War II. Yeah.
The scrotum top.
Yeah.
Like it literally looks like the head of a dick.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it has a little point on top.
Yeah, with like an iron cross on the front of it.
Yeah, so, you know, whatever. But they're so weird looking. And you know, but
if that was your only choice.
I got me a good helmet. Next line of the book, wear a jacket. And that's the thing that I didn't know.
Protective gear, yeah.
Yeah, like it doesn't have to be leather. It doesn't have to be like a quote unquote biker jacket. So I found a good deal on like it almost looks like a snowboarding or like a ski jacket.
Like an alpine jacket.
Yeah, but it's got plates underneath that protect like your elbows, your chest, your back, your shoulders. In case you were to take a spill, it's got your back.
Literally.
And your elbows.
And your shoulders. And your knees. Shoulders. Well, that's why they sell the pants, too.
Yep.
You can buy pants.
No, I'm not buying pants.
You don't need the pants.
My bike is small. I'm not getting on the highway. If I can't survive a crash at 40 miles per hour, I don't deserve to be on this rock.
Well, since we're talking about helmets and shiznit, bicycles, like just a regular old bicycle, manual-powered bicycle.
Your classic 10-speed.
I'm not sure you need to wear a helmet on a bicycle. I mean, if you're going on like major streets where there's going to be cars and stuff, sure.
I think you should.
But if you're riding around your neighborhood, I wouldn't worry about it.
But see, that's where I'm an idiot. I used to ride my bicycle on the street quite often and like go to bars and stuff like that.
Sans helmet.
Maybe go down to the Paseo or go to Plaza. I would never wear a helmet because I never had a wreck. But I bet you if I would have got hit by a car or fell off my bike drunk or, you know, whatever, I would have probably went and bought a helmet immediately.
Just in the past like 2 or 3 years, there's been several people that in our circles that we know are respected, like giant circles of friends,
right,
who've died from riding a bicycle and a car slamming into them.
Yeah. Well, I grew up racing dirt bikes with my dad. And I remember seeing bumper stickers because, you know, there's if you had the big Venn diagram of dirt bike riders and street bike riders, they do overlap.
Sure.
So, you know, you'd see your guys out there, you know, at 59th and Douglas at the dirt track or, you know, out in Sooner or out in Elk City. And they'd have their street bikes out there. Like they'd have their dirt bike and their street bike. And they'd almost just bring their street bike just to like show it off because you're not riding around on gravel out there, you know. But I remember seeing the bumper stickers that would say like helmet laws suck. Do you remember seeing those?
Oh, yeah.
Which I didn't really understand that as a kid. You know, I do believe in freedom of choice. Sure. I do believe in, you know, you're the master of your own destiny and, you know, fuck the po-po or whatever.
Fuck the police. Yeah.
But just wear a helmet.
Just wear it.
So yeah, I got the jacket, got the helmet, reading the book, not riding right now because, like you said, snowed
like
today.
32 degrees. I don't get... Okay, so I got a little excited and then immediately got bummed. Like, ooh, snow! And like, fucking snow already? It's October, bro.
Right? Yeah.
The fuck?
Sucks.
I wanted just a little bit more time to like not have to wear a giant coat.
Oklahoma does not have springs or falls.
Not anymore.
Not right? And I know we talk about nostalgia a lot on the show and growing up, and I remember a beautiful long fall or a beautiful fresh spring.
I remember there being a saying about, I mean, there's always the if you don't like the weather, wait 10 minutes and it's going to change, blah, blah, blah. But there's also the thing like Oklahoma was one of the states you were guaranteed to experience all 4 seasons.
Right.
And they were like fucking clockwork they hit. And now, yeah, you're like, here's fall, here's summer.
What do we have, like a week of fall? 2 weeks of fall, maybe?
Maybe. And then we have about 2 months of summer, 3 months of summer.
Yeah. 5 seconds of summer.
500 days of summer. The movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got winter. And it's cold as shit. Or there's times when you don't have winter at all. And you just have summer. Then you get 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
It's either summer and fall.
I like to say hot as fuck or cold as balls.
That's it.
Which is funny because balls are usually pretty warm.
Yeah, right. Why do they say that cold as balls? It should be hot. It's hot as balls out here.
Yeah. Or hot as shit. That's another good one because shit is hot.
Shit is pretty hot.
Usually when it's fresh out the tap, it's usually 98.6 on the dot.
Especially when it's cold outside.
Oh, yeah.
Take a hot shit. You can feel that in the bowl. Just the heat rising up against the cheeks.
I knew it. I knew it'd get scatological.
I'm sorry.
So yeah. I'm stoked with my purchase, but I'm bummed that I can't ride. Just like, I'm living to ride and I'm riding to live right now.
At least you didn't buy like a 10 grand bike or something, you know?
True.
And just like, you have 10 G's sitting in the fucking garage.
True. Yeah, man, I'm so excited though, dude. I've been like, you know me, Robbie Rabbit Hole.
Mm-hmm.
I love going down rabbit holes. And boy, that bike rabbit hole is a rabbit hole of all rabbit holes.
Well, you went down a rabbit hole so deeply that it's only been, 2 weeks since your purchase?
3.
And you're already looking at stepping it up.
See, and man, I knew. It's funny, Colin. I told him that exactly. It's funny because I told him I got a bike, and I sent him a picture the day I got it, and he was like, "Dude, I have been thinking about getting a bike in the spring."
Mm-hmm.
And a couple days later, we're texting back and forth. We're sending each other pictures of bikes. He's showing me a few that he wants. I'm showing him a few that I was looking at, and the one that I ultimately got.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a week later, I get that thing out on the open road. It's a blast to ride. It's little. It's fun. It's a Kawasaki Z125.
Yeah, it's got some zip.
It does. And I told him about a week after I bought it, I was like, okay, I don't regret my purchase because it was affordable.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. But I was like, I'm already planning on something bigger, maybe like in a year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll learn on this one. It's the perfect learning tool. Then I'll sell it after I pay it off. I plan on paying it off in a year.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to upgrade. And I think I've become that guy. I think I want a Ninja.
Oh.
I think I want a bro bike, dude.
Like a
crotch
vanilla,
rocket.
like a vanilla ice drop to zero, give it the hero?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like your classic super bike. But I'm not going to go crazy and get some like 1200cc. I'm going to take it the next step up and get like a 400.
Right.
I'm going to take it a step at a time.
Yeah, and then sometimes you can make bigger leaps. Maybe do a 400, then go, maybe I can go 400, maybe I can go 8.
Or 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, long story short, I got the itch. When I told Colin about wanting to upgrade, he said, I knew it. I knew you were going to do that. And I was like, damn, you got me pegged, bro.
Well, you get into something and you want to go whole hog.
I do.
No pun intended, because the bike is going.
No hog for me. I want a Ninja. When I was a kid, I had a poster on my wall of a dude like taking a corner on a Ninja.
Oh,
that
yeah.
classic super bike guy in like the full leathers.
Yeah.
Helmet, of course.
And it looked like he was scraping the bike along the side of the, yeah.
The knee is out. You're tucked over to the side.
Yeah.
You're like hanging off the side of the bike. The knee is out and it's like a centimeter from the ground.
Yeah, dude, I had a lot of those pictures too. And I thought it was so fucking cool. But at the same time, like, I was always scared for the person. I'm like, dude, how that like the books, that's the finesse that comes with time from writing. I would be scared shitless to take a turn like that.
Right, dude.
I would immediately just let go.
Well, that's pretty advanced. You know, you got your counter steering, you got your weight dispersion, you got all that stuff. You got your braking, your clutch, turning into the turn, all this stuff. This book is really cool, and I really enjoy it because I like to learn. I feel like I'm taking a little college course when I read this book.
Well, in your textbook, so.
Right. However, the book starts out, the first 2 chapters are nothing but statistics.
Boring.
Not just boring, but scary.
Yeah.
Here's the percentage with a decimal point that you will die on a bike.
Here's the likelihood of your death.
it's like, oh, that's why they don't give these to you when you go in to browse the dealership.
No, they don't. Yeah, they don't just have stats just on the wall.
Well, that's what's fucked up, dude. Like, so I got my bike at the House of Kawasaki right here in Oklahoma City.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent staff, great place. I'm glad I went with them. See, I got my scooter at Maxie's. Maxie's is cool, but the salesmen there just come off as just a little more salesman-y. They're great, good guys, you know.
Yeah.
But the House of Kawasaki,
They have a quota.
Ricardo, the guy that helped me out, super laid back, super
guy.
cool. But I'll tell you what, neither place, they're not going to be like, oh, you buying this death machine today?
Yeah, right?
I bought the bike, haven't shifted a bike in a long time because I came from a scooter,
Yeah.
so which was just twist and go. And they just hand me the keys, and they're just like, see ya.
That's the other thing. Do they check for an endorsement on your license at all?
No, absolutely not. Or you know what? Maybe he did, because he did make a copy of my license, but I'm pretty sure that was just for the credit check.
Just for the
I
credit
did finance it.
That's crazy.
And they're like, hey, here's a fucking pocket rocket. Have fun.
Yeah.
I haven't shifted a bike since I was on a dirt bike when I was like 13 or 14.
There was a guy that gave you the spiel, the run through of like how to keep it maintained, blah, blah, blah. It was literally like 3-minute, 5-minute talk.
I did that really funny thing, though, where when he showed me where the gas tank was, I opened it and I go, ain't got no gas in it. Isn't that funny?
That's pretty
It
funny.
was great. It was my best sling blade. But yeah, they just let you go.
Yeah.
So I duck out of the dealership. I'm on, I think it's on, is it 10th Street or
10th Street. How
10th Street.
nervous were you?
I was fucking nervous, dude, because, you know, I was pretty confident on my scooter. Tops out at about 45.
Yeah, but it's twist and go.
Twist and go, dude. I hadn't shifted a bike. You know, I know how to drive a stick, and I knew how to shift a bike, but it's kind of one of those things where I haven't done it in 20 years, 23 years. So I get out on the street, and, you know, the hardest part of shifting a motorcycle is starting. Because, like, when you're rolling, like, first to second, fucking cake.
Yeah.
Pull it, pop it, let go, go.
Yeah.
Second to third. Mine only has 4 gears, so third to fourth, super easy. Taking off is the hard part, especially when you're surrounded by cars and they're all wanting to go, and they expect you to be Mr. Quick because you're on a brand new bike,
Right?
You know, so
But you let the clutch out too much, and
you kill it.
You kill it.
And then they're just waiting behind you. Like, look at this fucking noob, you know. So, anyways, I get out on 10th Street. I go maybe 30 yards. And I'm like, nope. And I put my blinker on. I duck into a neighborhood. And I'm like, I'm going to go practice in a neighborhood for 10 minutes.
Just didn't feel confident enough to.
And all I did was start and stop, start and stop, start and stop. Started feeling more comfortable. Popped right back out on the road. When I went to leave the neighborhood, I was on an incline. I didn't realize how hard it was to start in first gear uphill.
Oh, yeah.
Because as soon as you let go of the brake, you start rolling backwards. And then what do you do? Like, let go of the clutch, kill it. So,
Yeah.
and I did the fucking embarrassing noob thing. The old, go ahead.
Go around
me.
Go around me.
Go around me, which they did.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. So I made it home. Great. But yeah, dude, going back to that ninja thing, growing up, I thought that was the coolest shit. And if you can picture the perfect 1994 Kawasaki Ninja, it's green and white and blue.
Oh, yeah.
Almost like a splatter paint.
Yeah.
And then it says ninja across the bottom fairing
and like
hot
that,
paint.
Yeah. And like
in a ninja font.
Yeah, like in the ninja
Yeah,
font. That's all like paint. Yeah. Like someone just took like a paintbrush and just went ninja.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Now, they don't look like that anymore. Bikes have gotten a lot better since the 90s. Safer, quicker, lighter, better handling. But dude, I feel the call of the ninja. And I think I'm going to go back. Maybe in a year. Maybe in 2 years.
Yeah.
But
But
it's-
test drive one, you know?
Yeah. But they do make a 400, which is, you know, mine's a 125. It's little. It tops out at like 60 miles an hour.
Yeah, those little ninjas are cool, but man, they have that one up there that I sat on, and man, the 12-year-old boy in me just lit up when I sat on this thing. I'm like, this thing is fucking cool. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a ninja guy. Like, I'm more of like a
You're like a
classic cruiser guy.
a
But
cruiser, yeah.
I think every kid saw a ninja motorcycle and was like, that's cool. You wanted your bicycle to, remember they made those motorcycle bikes?
Yeah, with the fairings on it.
You
yeah.
I just wanted a motorcycle so bad.
Yeah.
And that was it. A ninja personified what a cool bike was when you were like a kid.
And then you saw Cool as Ice.
And I was like, fuck yeah, dude.
And it just drove the point
Drove
home.
home. So many movies had like the ninjas, like a sci-fi or like a futuristic movie where the guns would come out of the side.
Oh,
of them.
yeah.
Like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So dope.
Yeah, I've never been a Harley kind of guy or even a cruiser kind of guy. I think some, like an old Ducati or an old Honda or something, that's pretty cool. But in the back of my mind, I've always felt the call of Ninja.
Bit of a biker boy.
Yeah.
The call of the ninja.
And I told Kate, I was like, and Kate's very supportive and sweet and amazing, and she loves the Z that I got. She thinks it's cute. She agreed that it looks kind of cyberpunk, which it does. Very me. And as I adjust my fedora here, my biomechanical fedora. But then I showed her the Ninja 400, and she just goes, "Don't get that. That's a douchebag bike." She's like, I see that, and I just think Monster Energy.
You think Chad?
Yeah.
Kyle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's more about the rider and less about the bike.
Exactly.
I'm not, like I said earlier, I'm not a speed demon.
Mm-mm.
I'm not an adrenaline junkie.
You're not going to pop wheelies on it?
No. Well, that's what when I bought the Z, because a lot of people buy those smaller displacement bikes to like use as like trick bikes.
Right.
It's like, you can put like a roll cage and like some bit, and I'm like, no. You'll mod it? No. I mean, I might do a couple of little cosmetic things here and there, but I'm not putting a fucking roll cage on it.
A bike? Like, what are you doing?
I'm not going to be popping wheelies or doing stoppies or...
I'm not going to put fucking neon lights on the bottom of it.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that.
Well, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
A cosmetic thing.
A little cosmetic thing.
Okay, well, we got to get to the show. What am I thinking? I'm sorry. I went on a tangent. We have a great show for you tonight. But first, some quick advertisements. BoysPodcast.com. It's a hub of all things boys. There you will find links to our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, as well as a golden donate button. Smash that button. Finna smash that button. Send us a few ducats. We'll love you for it.
Boys is available on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, YouTube, Spotify. On Spotify, you have to find us by putting Boys Podcast, lowercase, all one word. You'll find every episode there. I still have a few people asking about, I can't find you on Spotify.
Listen, all one word, all lowercase, Boys Podcast. When you find it, hit subscribe. The search is over.
Leave a review on iTunes. Like Robbie just said, subscribe everywhere you can subscribe. And just share it. Share it with one person today. That's all I ask. Like a preacher.
Bring a friend to Boys this week.
We got to make that a sign.
That'd be a good
t-shirt. Bring a friend to church.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Email us, boys@boyspodcast.com. Send us some feedback. Throw your physical address in the bottom of the email. We'll send you out some free stickers. These brand new beauties I'm looking at right now, they're just waiting for their forever home. Go ahead.
Thanks to our sponsors, Anthem. I'm having a delicious... I know we talk about the Herb Stout being very stout, and it's drinkable only kind of around the one time a year. I'm not a big stout guy, but when it gets cold outside, there's nothing I want more than an Herb Stout on my lips. It just makes you feel warm inside.
It is the season. I totally agree. Their tap room is located 908 Southwest 4th Street. Go by, say hi, tell them Boy sent you.
Grab a beer. Fat Bison, fatbison.com, maker of amazing wood signs. He's posting them. Seems like every damn day he's posting a new thing he's doing.
Getting into that busy season, my friend.
You have a dead dog or a dead cat. He makes beautiful. I like his post he just made today. He was like, "I hope you never need one,
but if you do,
yep.
That's what I say about guns.
Better to have it and not need it.
Yep,
than need it, not have.
Well, we just got a puppy. I think I'm just gonna go ahead
preemptively
get the sign.
Get the birth date first.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and be like, well, it's 2024. Bang. I don't want to waste money on this Fat Bison sign.
Fatbison.com. Champion Vintage. Champion _vintage _OKC on Instagram. Check them out.
Lastly, thank you for the donations, the feedback, the listening, lending us your ears, the telling of a friend,
and your rears.
Bringing a friend to Boys this week is so important. Couldn't do it without you.
Amen.
And without further ado, on to the show. Okay, we're here. Sorry for the engorged intro. I'm going to call it that.
Ouch.
But I got on a little tangent, and here we are.
You're passionate, Rob, and that's.
I like to think so.
I love to see people passionate about things.
I love to be passionate about material things. Let me tell you, it's really what I put all my faith in.
It's the season. It's time for it.
Dude, can I be honest?
Yeah.
That little bit of snow didn't even stick to the ground.
No.
It was very fine. It was a fine snow.
They call it a flurry.
It was flurries, but I'll tell you what, I got that little twinkling.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
I got that little bit of the spirit.
Got a little bit. Did you hear jingle bells in your head? Yeah. As soon as I saw that snow going, I heard those jingle bells in my head.
Dude, I'm ready. I love Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite time of the year, and I invite it with open arms and an empty wallet. I cannot wait for Christmas.
Okay, so maybe not even 10 years ago, I was a Halloween guy. I loved Halloween.
Horniest night of the year.
Horniest night of the year. You can dress up, you get drunk as fuck, and no one's going to give you shit about it.
Yep.
But the older I get, I found myself this year not giving two shits about Halloween. Everyone's like, what are you going to dress up as? I'm like, I'm damn near 40. What am I going to dress up for?
Right.
I've no interest. We went to the Halloween store recently, and walking in there, it just felt weird.
Yeah.
I felt
out of place.
I felt very out of place, and I was looking around. I was like, who are these people? What? Do you not have Amazon.com? You can buy all these things online for way cheaper.
Dude.
And there's a line wrapping around.
It was packed in there.
Packed.
And I'll tell you what, I kind of loathe Spirit Halloween Superstore or whatever it's called. I kind of hate those places. Number one, because I've never really been a Halloweener. Number two, I've always been a little scared. Of skulls and demons.
Especially when they're done well. Like that Spirit we went to was kind of a shitty Spirit.
It was.
The ones that have like those giant displays with like the, what do they call those? Anamorphic like demons or animatronic demons and shit, and like fog machines and the.
They put a little thought into it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
This one there was no thought.
No thought. It was just like cardboard cutouts thrown up in their little sections of their little things.
It was like ravaged too.
You're buying polyester shit, Chinese made, nothing against China, in a bag costumes for far more than you should. I get it. If you're last minuting and you need to find like a wig or something like that, hop in.
Some grease paint.
Be my guest.
Yeah.
But if you're just trying to be another Deadpool or another Joker or fill in the blank generic costume, they sell meme costumes there now.
Yeah.
Which I found a little infuriating.
Anybody who dresses up as the poop emoji?
Yeah. Emoji costumes.
You fired.
You fired.
It's terrible.
I'm so excited for Halloween to be over.
Yeah.
And I'm ready for Christmas. I'm saying I don't give a shit about that. I don't care about Thanksgiving. I'm a vegetarian. I don't give a fuck two ways to Sunday about it.
A tofurkey though, dude.
They are pretty good.
Have you had one?
Yeah, there's Field Roast makes this thing. It's like it looks like a giant fucking.
Why are you talking like this?
Because it's
Gary Sinise and Forrest Gump.
Because it's sexy. Forrest, it's a very sexy ham. It looks like a. It's supposed to be like a turkey, but it looks like a ham. They got a big chunk of meat. Fucking delicious, and it's stuffed with stuff. It's very good. Take the time to eat. You get some time off of work.
Yeah, you do.
It's fine.
Yep,
I'll take it. But we know what we're all wanting.
You know what sucks though? Real quick. That time off work comes with a price, especially if you have a significant other.
Yeah.
That means you have to spend the day going to 2 different houses, usually across town if you're lucky. If you're not lucky, it's a fucking hour away, 2 hours away. And, not that I don't like Kate's family. In fact, I really enjoy Kate's family. Like them just as much as my own family. But it's just the proximity is what gets me.
It's the... Yeah, I mean, we, both you and I, our folks' houses and our significant others' houses are very far away from one another.
Yes.
And you have to try to fit those two in. But what I do like about it is it gives you that out.
From the first house.
Yes.
And I guess it gives you a late in to the second house.
Late into the second house. That way you can kind of duck out early from the second house, being like, well, we've got to get back to that. Got to get back to the dogs.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Well, see, I got the kid excuse now, which is, she's tired.
Gotta get, and it makes you wonder
Gotta get
how
her
many
home.
times your parents use that line, used you as an excuse to get out of being somewhere.
Dad, I'm just an excuse. I was for many years, I'm sure. And you know what? I'm just carrying on that family tradition.
Family tradition.
I'm so excited.
We gotta get out of here. But yeah, like we're all just waiting for fucking Christmas because Christmas isn't just one day. Like Halloween's a day.
Right.
It's the 31st. You go trick or treating that night. That's it. You can't wear a costume for a week.
Right.
You can, but you're weird.
But Christmas is a season, dude.
Thanksgiving's a day. Yeah, Christmas I will say in my family, we would put the tree up after November, like the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Black Friday, dude.
Tree goes up.
Mm-hmm.
Lights go up December 1st.
Okay.
Tree goes up. If you're getting a live tree, you have to do it in the middle of the month.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you start decorating, you start getting in the holiday spirit. From December 1st to the 25th, it's ho, 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 Merry Christmas, Jesus is coming. That's the other one. That's Easter.
Right.
Praise him. That's the only time of the year I actually like listening to religious music.
Okay.
Like, I love listening to, like, holiday hymns.
Dude, speaking of holiday hymns, I found a new one. I unearthed I'm going to go ahead and call it a classic in the making. John Anderson has a Christmas album. Country star of the 90s, John Anderson.
Just a swingins' John Anderson.
Yeah. He's got a Christmas album, dude, and I am stoked.
Is it new?
It's old. It's from the, like, 80s or, like, early 90s.
So you did an archaeological dig.
My dad had it, and he recently, long story short, he found it in a box, and he sent me a picture of it. He's like, you want this? And I was like, yes, I do. And I hope you don't mean for Christmas, because I want it
right now.
Black Friday.
Yeah.
I'm going to be cranking it.
You love John Anderson.
I love John Anderson. You know what else I like around Christmas time?
What's that?
I like a little bit of the Bublé. I'm not going to lie.
I do like Boop. He's probably the best at it.
Dude, his Christmas albums are solid.
Well, because they take you back to a woebegone time, a time before we were even born.
Back when America was great.
Just back to singing songs about Christmas. And it's not like, there's not beats in it. There's not guitars. It's just fucking horns.
Merry Christmas, oh crrr. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
It's not like, oh, come let us adore him.
Blim, easy now. Yeah, it's a classic Christmas, dude.
I love classic Christmas.
It's a classic Christmas soundtrack, and I love that.
But you're going to hear us talk a lot about Christmas as it keeps coming on until we get there. All I'm saying now, tomorrow is Halloween.
Yep.
We are on All Hallows Eve.
Yeah, so when you're listening to this, it's probably the day after.
The day after. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You're probably nursing a hangover from a party, or the older we get, friends have kids. You got to take them out trick-or-treating. The sun goes down way earlier. It's 7 o'clock at night, and it's already dark outside.
Mm-hmm.
So what do? You got to throw them in a van. You got to take them to that rich neighborhood, that special neighborhood.
Yep.
Get all those treats. But then you got to come home, and then they got to unleash all their candy. And if you have more than one kid, like if there's a bunch of kids, their friends over there, or nieces, nephews, then you
got to check it for razor blades.
Make sure there's not any edibles in there.
Or LSD.
God forbid there's
Can we
LSD.
be honest, though?
None of that's in there.
I'm going to go on the record.
Mm-hmm.
It has never happened.
Yeah.
Never. And I know we've all seen the meme. Nobody's wasting drugs on kids, but it's true.
No one's going to waste drugs.
And I don't care how demented you are. I don't care if you're a basement dwelling, 4chan browsing, waifu pillow having piece of shit. You're not putting a fucking razor blade in an apple. You're not doing it.
2, who's giving out apples?
Yeah.
If someone's giving out loose fruit on Halloween, you should avoid that house.
I agree.
It should be wrapped candy.
Dude, 100% agree. There was a house in my friend, so I would always go to my friend's neighborhood because I lived kind of on a private road, so there wasn't a lot of trick-or-treating going on.
Yeah.
But my friend lived in Midwest City in a decent neighborhood at the time. This was the 90s, and we'd always go over there and trick-or-treat. And there was one guy who always gave out the loose fruit. And you know what I did with it?
Threw it in the garbage.
Or I just dropped it. Whoops, I dropped an orange. Whoops.
Orange?
There goes an apple. Who wants loose fruit for Halloween?
If that were happening to me as a kid, I would look up at him in my shitty Frankenstein costume and go, "Really, dude?
I don't want this.
I don't want this. You got fucking candy in there?"
But then there'd be the guy in the neighborhood who'd give out, like he was a dentist.
Give out the
Full-size candy bars, dude. I'm talking Three Musketeers. I'm talking $100,000.
dude. You get $100,000 in your bag?
Yeah, dude. That's a real treat.
A whatchamacallit?
One year, he gave away full-size York peppermint patties.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Did he get? If you were to get the double pack peanut butter cup on Halloween,
Ooh.
that's like a fucking. That's gold.
Yeah, dude.
You usually get you're always gonna get the minis.
Right.
They throw there's like a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
With the sprees and the fucking
the Smarties and
Smarties.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sprees. I haven't thought about sprees in a
Were you
long
a
time.
okay? Are you a what do they call that? Savory or sweet guy? Do you like? Were you a chocolate or?
When I was a kid, I was totally the sour.
So you like a Warheads kind of guy, Sour Patch Kids?
Yeah, which I mean, I still do love an SPK. But as I got older, and I'm not a real big sweet eater.
Yeah, me neither.
But every once in a while, dude, I want a little chocolate.
Dark chocolate.
No.
I'll tell you how much of a dark chocolate fan I am. Last night, I went to get a bottle of wine for my dinner. I'm not drinking an entire bottle of wine. I just wanted to pair my dinner with some wine. I was out.
Right.
So I go to the liquor store around the corner, grab a bottle of wine, sit it up front, and as it's Halloween, at a liquor store, they have a bowl of candy out.
Nice.
At a liquor store.
Sure.
Kids can't go in liquor stores, so whatever. So,
Right,
but
true.
all that was in it was Hershey's Special Dark. That's all it was.
You like those?
I fucking love those.
Okay.
And you'd think, I was like, why is that all Special Dark? That's weird. I think what happened was they bought a Hershey's, those variety bags.
So you got your crackle.
Mr. Good Bar. You got
Milk chocolate.
milk chocolate, the one with the almonds in it.
Yep.
Maybe the nuggets, those little nugget ones.
Yeah.
They threw all those in there. Those all got picked out. No one wanted the Special Darks. Me, I'm literally a kid in a candy store right now.
Yeah.
Like, fuck yeah. You know what pairs really good with wine? Dark chocolate.
Does it really?
Yeah. I mean, maybe not Hershey's, but I grabbed one. Like,
Right.
that's going to be my just one. A little after dinner snack.
Oh, you glutton, you.
I put it, but that's all I do. I do one piece of dark chocolate.
Yeah.
But as a kid, it was fucking anything chocolate.
Dude.
Anything chocolate.
Even to this day, if some kid is selling the world's finest chocolate, which let's just call bullshit on that. Definitely.
That's
definitely
false advertisement.
Fake news. Definitely not the world's
No.
finest.
It's not even like Idaho's finest. It's not.
Up in Idaho?
Great song. It's not even world's okayest. It's,
When I buy it, it's not even the best chocolate that I own. Like, baking chocolate chips are better than that
Dude.
shit.
It's so bad, but they still make these kids peddle it. And when they come to my door, I had one come to my door a couple of weeks ago. She, the dogs go crazy.
Mm-hmm. And real quick, anytime this happens, let's say you're sitting in your living room, you got your bottle of wine, you got your piece of dark chocolate, you're ready to eat dinner, you're watching Righteous Gemstones, last episode of the season, and then you hear that. Even though you're doing nothing wrong, even though I have my medical marijuana card, even though I'm armed to the teeth and protected with security cameras, ammunition, all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah.
They're coming to get me.
Yeah. Dude,
We're being burglarized because burglars always knock.
A knock on the door should scare the living fuck out of you in 2019.
Yeah.
Like, who's coming to my house? Why are you here?
Yep.
Especially if it's 6 o'clock at night. Come on, dude. What are you doing? What are you doing at my door? I mean, occasionally you'll get the what are they called? Canvassers that are
Yeah, I got one last night.
blah, blah, blah. So this kid rap taps on my door. My wife and I do the thing. If someone knocks on the door, we look at each other and go, what's that?
And then you do the thing like you're getting down in the trenches in
Pretend
World War
like you're
II.
not there.
Yeah. Don't let them see. Don't get too close to the window.
I got to go to the window. Like, who is it?
Don't move the blinds though.
Don't move the blinds.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's a kid. And I go, it's a kid. I think they're selling candy. And I didn't want the kid to stay out there. So I open the door and I go all the way outside because I don't want the dogs to like bark and shit.
Right.
It's like, hi, I'm selling chocolate. And I look at the box and I see the world's finest and I go, no. And she goes, would you like to buy? I'm like, yeah, I would love to, but I'm vegan. And I do like this. I go, oh, I'm vegan.
Yeah,
and her
sorry.
mom goes, ugh, like rolled her eyes at me.
Nice.
I'm like,
You're
sorry.
cheap and you're vegan.
No, I don't want your shitty chocolate. If I were to be honest with you, kid, that chocolate's dog shit.
Yeah.
What I should have, and as soon as I shut the door, I look at my wife and I go, I should have just gave her a 5 and said, just give the candy away. I don't want, I'll gladly give you money to help your school.
Hey, kid, keep the candy.
Keep the candy. I don't need your candy.
Here's a crispy Lincoln for you. I'm really making a difference.
I mean, $5.
Hey,
That's 5 candy bars.
That's 5 candy
that
bars.
I'm not eating.
That's 5 moved units. But I'll tell you what, I'm a sucker for it, dude. If I see a World's Finest chocolate,
yeah,
I'm getting a caramel. I'm getting a WC crisp or WF crisp. I forget what it's called.
Because it's World's Finest, WF crisp.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one.
Be honest, when I was a kid, when we were selling those, I didn't get that the WF stood for World's Finest.
I didn't either until just now.
Who's WF?
Yeah.
Is it William Franklin?
Right.
Is it William Franklin's crisp?
He finally released a mint
Finally.
chocolate. I'll eat it, man. It's not the World's Finest, but sometimes I get a craving sometimes, and
For
it's
shitty chocolate?
just for something sweet.
Something
Just something a little sweet.
You're in
man.
luck tomorrow night, my friend.
I know. I'm gonna make out like a bandit, and I ain't even dressing up.
I think what made Halloween fun for someone in their, so like when you're a kid, it's trick-or-treating. You hit a certain age. I'm going to say it's like 12, 13.
Yeah,
when
I'd say
you
about 13.
When you shouldn't trick-or-treat anymore. So from 13 to like 21, Halloween's just about like, I don't know. It doesn't really do anything for you anymore.
Well, it's from the time that you quit trick or treating to the time that you start sneaking booze.
Mm-hmm.
That's the dry years.
Yeah, the dry
Chocolate,
years.
chocolate ain't cutting it, but you don't have that sweet taste of alcohol. Yet. Yeah.
But then you start going to Halloween parties, and that changes the fucking game.
Yep.
You look forward to Halloween every year. What am I going to dress up as? What are these girls going to be wearing?
Am I gonna get laid?
Yeah. Who's going to slutty Freddy? That's another thing that I can't believe in the culture we're in now. The slutty fill in the blank is still a costume.
Slutty Hermione Granger.
Why? You're going to sexify, what do they call that? Objectify?
Sure.
A child?
Right.
It's a child character.
Yeah.
It's kind of gross.
Yeah. I was gonna go with slutty Epstein, but too soon.
I'm sure. Okay, if we were in our 20s and we were going to like a random house party somewhere, I guarantee you there's going to be at least one dude dressed as Epstein with like a thing around his neck.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
There's going to be that. But then here's the thing. He thinks he's original. There's going to be 2 other dudes at that party wearing that exact same outfit.
Uh-huh. I am looking forward to see if there's any good sexy Trumps this year. You think there's going to be a sexy Trump?
Definitely going to be a sexy Trump. There's going to be there'll be a sexy Epstein. There's going to be sexy. I mean,
Did you see the meme going around of the sexy Bob Ross?
No.
So weird. Because you know what? Out of all things that Bob Ross exudes, sex is not one of those things.
No, he's painted nice though.
He's a sweetie. He was a sweetie.
I'm sure there's going to be sexy new jokers, but that's the thing.
Yeah. I'm hoping to see some good jokesters this year.
I'm not a Halloweener. I don't really like doing that much anymore. I mean, this year, I've always been into it. If there's something to do,
right,
I'll be there. But this year, I have no interest. But what I'm going to do is the same thing I do every fucking year.
Turn out all the lights in your house.
On November 1st, I'm going to scroll through that Instagram. Let's see them costumes, or Google Halloween. Usually about 2 or 3 days after Halloween, there's always like a best Halloween that people post on.
Yeah, or you can just search the hashtag.
Search the hashtag. Yeah. TikTok's going to be a fun one to see this year.
Oh,
with like just the cuckoo crazy people that are on there.
Yeah.
But that's always something, going to be something fun to do for you guys today, Friday. Start Googling, hashtagging Halloween 2019 and see the weirdest costumes. And please, if you see something that's just fucking outrageous, tag boys on it.
Yeah, tag at Boys Podcast.
Because we want to see the weirdest shit you see.
If you run across that sexy David S. Pumpkins that we've all been waiting for.
Oh, the sexy Yoshi. I saw one recently. I'm just going to say it. They'll probably know who they are. Sexy Cheech.
Okay.
She is a couple. They were Cheech and Chong. She was Sexy Cheech.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
Boobs out.
Okay.
Beanie. Fake mustache. The red suspenders.
I need to see that.
Yeah.
Tag me in it.
I'll tag you in
Tag
it.
Boys Podcast.
Tag Boys Podcast. But
so,
yeah, that's
so we can remain anonymous. Right?
I'm ominous.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah, speaking of death and, Epstein and all that, it's a big, big death last night. Big one. Might go down in the record books as one of the worst losses in history.
Yeah, what's that?
The shitting dad from Friday, Reese Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon. John Witherspoon.
John, I don't even know his name. I can't name another movie the guy was in besides Friday.
He was in Boomerang. He's been in a couple of different things. He's an actor that he basically plays himself.
Known best for his role of the dad that
Shits in Friday.
Yeah. I mean, that's where I know him from.
Yeah. Nobody go in there for 35, 45 minutes. He made that movie what it is. If it wasn't for John Witherspoon, that movie probably wouldn't have been what it was. It's
a tragic loss, and what's so funny, to me at least, is every time we lose another legend like John Witherspoon, all the fans just really take that moment to come out of the woodwork and celebrate his entire catalog.
Mm-hmm. With just the one. I saw a lot of Friday memes.
Yeah. That's all I got to say about that. I don't know. I know I'm coming off like a dickhead, but it's just I don't know, man. We're all gonna fucking die.
Sure. But I mean, there's yeah. An RIP is fine.
What was the name of the ISIS guy that just got killed?
Al-Baghdadi?
Do you think there's going to be a sexy al-Baghdadi?
Oh,
too soon?
Please.
Or the sexy dog that captured him?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's okay to be, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? When you're not hate speech, so after the 9/11, there was a couple that dressed as the Twin Towers.
Yeah, distasteful.
So it's okay to do that if you're right wing or whatever. So there could be somebody who could be an al-Baghdadi. There's going to be a sexy al-Baghdadi. I guarantee it. There's going to be anyone who's running their sexy Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, yeah.
I guarantee you there's going to be a take on Joe Biden.
Sexy corn pop.
Dude.
Yeah.
If you're a couple, I'm going to throw that out there. It's too late now. Next year, it's not going to make sense next year. When I'm searching hashtag Halloween 2K19, I hope I see a couple costume that's Joe Biden with teeth falling out, bloodshot eyes, shirt unbuttoned, and then the other partner is corn pop.
Sexy corn pop.
Sexy corn pop with a rusty razor blade.
I was going to say, yeah, if you want to maybe go as a group, one of you could dress up as a rain barrel.
Yeah.
The other could dress up as a what was it, a pocket knife or straight razor? Straight razor.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so going back to the Witherspoon guy, I am really not trying to make light of the guy dying. Of course, it's sad when somebody dies, and I'm sure there's a varying, amounts of people who are into his career and his fine movies like Friday and Next Friday and Friday After Next.
I think he was in all of those.
Yeah.
And Boomerang, another great movie.
Yeah.
But those are all, he's actually been in a lot of good shit. So there's a lot of great movies out there.
I'm going to look them up, and I'm going to regret what I'm saying here.
I know, right?
But
well, we recently threw out in the ether a question of, kind of in the vein of what our previous question was, what's the perfect song? It's what's the perfect movie?
Yeah.
And again, leaving it open to interpret how you want to.
And I will say we kind of threw this out last minute, and Instagram was just against us today. I'm not going to lie.
Social media in general, Facebook was not there for it. And
Instagram was down most of the day, but we still managed to get a few answers, and I figured we could go over a few of those to kind of round out the show. The question was, what is the perfect movie? What, in your opinion, defines cinematic perfection start to finish? What goes into making the perfect movie? Hit us with some examples. The best answers will be discussed on the next episode of Boys. Now, I'm just going to start from the top here.
Yeah, go ahead.
With @bad_press_OKC. Howard the Duck. I only wish I could have seen Leah Thompson's duck tits.
Now, I know he was probably saying that in jest, maybe making a little bit of a joke.
Mm-hmm.
And Howard the Duck gets a lot of flack for being a shitty movie. Have you seen Howard the Duck?
I have, but not
as a child.
Not in a long time. An adolescent.
It is a bad movie, but if you look at it as the first comic book movie, as it was, the puppetry technology they used for Howard the Duck, way fucking ahead of its time.
They go on to use that same technology in the Ninja Turtles movie? Because it feels the same to me.
I think they did. I think it was still like, the same kind of Henson Creature Shop kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And I believe was it Space Invaders? Remember that movie where there were little tiny aliens that came down?
Yeah.
They wore aviators and fucking like leather jackets and shit?
Yeah.
Same kind of a vibe there. So, yes, storyline-wise, terrible fucking movie. But for what it did for cinema,
yeah,
great.
Well, and you also have to ask yourself, are we asking this question like, what's your favorite movie as an adult, or what's your favorite movie looking back? Some of my favorite movies aren't good movies, but they meant a lot to me at the time that I saw them, or they had some sort of like staying power.
Yeah.
Some sort of lasting effect.
But does it last into your adulthood?
Next, at Crane Wife Thrift, Big Trouble in Little China.
That's a good pull.
I've never seen it.
You do yourself a favor. I want you to watch it, and I want you to, anytime you see something that reminds you of something else, write down what it is, because that movie has so many references to things that haven't happened yet or been created yet that I think other things may have taken a little, just kind of taken, not stolen, but
influenced by,
lightly.
A nod to.
It's funny. It's a little scary. It scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Okay.
But it's an action movie starring Kurt Russell. I mean, come on. It's good. There's Raiden's in it. I'll say that.
Oh, okay.
In a way.
You've piqued my interest.
Yeah.
Next we have at Molly Killers. She says, for me, the perfect movie is The Princess Bride. It's got everything. Action, adventure, romance, and comedy. That's the big four right there.
That is the big four.
It's just one of those movies that no matter who you are, you're going to find something you like about it. And I would agree with Molly.
So you have seen Princess Bride?
Yes.
Okay. You're not a total idiot.
Right. It's not my favorite movie by any stretch, but I will say I agree with Molly because it does seem like it casts a wide net over its fans.
Very much so.
A lot of different people like Princess Bride.
Well, yeah, because it does exactly what she said. It's a comedy. It's a romance movie. It's action, historical, action adventure. Kind of sci-fi qualities about it, if you think about it.
Yeah.
And it had Fred Savage.
Andre the Giant, bro.
Andre the Giant.
I forgot about Fred Savage.
Yeah,
Freddie Sav.
Yeah, Dad's reading the book. Grandpa's reading the book to him.
Yeah.
That's what sold it for me. I was a big Fred Savage fan. And I was like, oh, he's in it. And then when I saw the movie, and he's only in that little part being read to him, like,
Yeah.
Then the rest of the movie's fucking great.
Yeah.
The one-armed man. You got the guy who does all those movies. The Mighty Wind and Christopher Guest.
Yes.
The Five-Fingered Man.
Yeah. And then who's the guy that goes, inconceivable?
That guy's great.
That little turtle guy?
Yeah.
I believe he was in National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation as a card dealer, a casino employee.
He did the voice of, I think, the dinosaur in Toy Story as well. So, yeah.
Classic bit part actor.
Good.
Lastly, we've got our friend Dawn at your_boyfriend_doesn't_tip. He says, this is kind of bringing it all back home here. Mm-hmm. He says, Friday. It has complex characters, unique situations, a familiar environment to some, and a new environment to others, moral values, and humor. 10-10, R.I.P. John Witherspoon. Other examples, Boys in the Hood, There Will Be Blood, The Godfather Part 1 and 2, Akira, Selma, and Get Out. That's a good, well-rounded list, if you ask me.
But you have seen Friday.
Oh, of course. I do love the movie.
I'll agree with him. I think Friday was the movie to cross the aisle, so to speak. Like, the African-American community loved it. White community loved it. It was well received by all because it was a really well-written, I mean, hats off to Ice Cube.
Totally.
It was a well-written movie. Funny, sad in some parts. But for me, I thought it was like it was kind of a take on Boys in the Hood in a way.
Right.
Because it kind of gave you a look into that rough neighborhood kind of lifestyle, but also like I kind of, instead of being so like, I guess gang affiliated with it or gritty, it was just more like they just like getting stoned on their front porch.
That's what I was going to say. The other thing that kind of drew me to it was like, I saw it when I was young, wasn't really well versed in mind-altering substances, but I was
Sure.
like, cool, it's about weed. That looks fun.
Yeah.
You know, not to mention the soundtrack was great.
Soundtrack was great. So many like one-liners you can pull from it. So many quotes like, Smokey the boys are taking a shit.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna tell anybody else though.
Yeah.
Like so many great ones.
Totally. Thanks, Don. And then also hopping over to Twitter, we have @Randy Heyer, friend of the show.
Just put out a record.
Yes, go check it out. Randy Rules with a Z, RULZ.bandcamp.com. Check out his new record. I Think We're Alone Now. Listen to it twice. It's great. Little plug-a-reno for old the Rand Dog, Big R.
The Rand Man.
Keep it up, Randy. He says, Powwow Highway, Return of the Living Dead, Crimes of Passion, Psycho, I'm gonna fuck this up. Papillon or Papillon? Papillon?
Papillon.
I don't know. He says, I think the main thing I want is for the movie to move and actually take me somewhere. Too many settle on a concept and that's it. And I agree with Randy.
Very true.
Now that leads me. Thank you guys for the answers, by the way. I
sure.
would read more, but we're running out of time here. I did want to kind of close the show with an idea.
Mm-hmm.
As I've said millions of times on the show, I haven't seen a lot of movies.
Right.
So I want to start a little poll here. The ball's in your court, people. Loyal listener. What are some movies that I need to see? Because I want to see more movies.
Right.
You know, it's one thing to go to the theater and have a theatric experience, like when we went and saw The Joker.
Mm-hmm.
I was so stoked about it. Still riding that high from that
Me too.
movie. I really am. Like I want to go see it again.
So well, my wife sent me a GIF, a GIF of the Joker doing the little dance. She's never seen it, and I immediately text like, "God damn, that movie's so fucking good!" And she laughed. I'm like, "It's that." Seeing a GIF from it, I'm like, "I want to go see it again."
Yeah, me too.
Sorry,
no, you're good. But I'd like to ask you guys, and you, Josh, too. I'll open this up to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
What are the top? I'm going to say three movies that your boy Robbie Ray needs to see. Because I guarantee if you answer this, you can email us, boys@boyspodcast.com, hit us up on Twitter, Tweets of Boys, Instagram, Boys Podcast, Facebook, Boys Podcast. Text me, call me. Any way you want to hit me up, let me know. I guarantee you, if people start naming 3 movies at a time, I haven't seen most of them.
Right. And 3 is a good, so I'm sure a lot of people are probably going to say the same movies.
Right.
So if you get more than like 5 people saying, watch this movie, you're like, okay, well then I guess I have to watch this movie. If someone could say like, oh, this 1982 French noir film.
Right.
Like,
No. I need some like stone cold classics. Not to say I haven't seen any movies. I've seen a fair share of movies.
Have you seen Boys in the Hood?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. But I was young, man.
Sure.
That came out when I was pretty young.
You've seen Dead Presidents?
No.
Okay. So speaking of Halloween, a friend of mine posted on Facebook, he went to this Halloween party and he had white grease paint and then black around the eyes and he had a black beanie on. He's like, no one knew what I was. I was like, Dead Presidents, that movie fucking rules. It's a really good movie. You should see Dead Presidents.
Would that be one of your 3?
It wouldn't, but now it is.
And I don't care. Like, I'm not asking for like Citizen Kane. Like, I'm not gonna watch. I'm too late in the game to watch and appreciate Citizen Kane.
No, because now you're just gonna look at it and go, why?
Boring.
I did that.
Yeah.
I never watched it until like, what? I've got that pretentious like 27-year-old mind of like, I should really see all these things that I pretend that I know a lot about.
Right. Because one day it's going to catch up with you.
And I did, and I go,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Well, please write, call, text, email, comment. I'd love some, we're getting into that cold season. We're getting into that holiday spirit. We're getting into that time of year where the seasonal depression kicks in and it gets dark at 3 in the afternoon.
Just put on a movie.
I need some nighttime flicks.
Dude.
Send them my way. I'd love to hear some of these.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Do you remember doing that as a... So, like, we call it binge watching now, which is like mostly for like seasons of shows.
Mm-hmm.
So you just keep watching episode after episode after episode. But you can easily binge watch movies if you want to.
Yeah.
But that's what we
could
did.
Have a day of movie watching where you watch like 3 movies, 4 movies in a day.
In the wintertime, that's what we do as a kid. We'd go to the video rental store.
You go to Video Update.
Update.
Get those 47-cent movies.
4 movies.
Yeah. For
Mostly
$2.
3. Yeah, for $2.
Yeah.
And then you watch all 4 of those motherfuckers. Each kid gets to pick one, and your parents pick one. So you're watching whatever bullshit movie your sister gets.
Yeah.
You're watching 3 Ninjas again. You know, and then your parents rent something like Last of the Mohicans or Dances with Wolves or something like that.
That was a biggie around my house.
One.
Yeah.
Dances with Wolves.
Yeah.
I watched it with my parent. We watched it together, and there was a sex scene. Like, ooh, kitty.
My dad, another big one. This one, I don't think this was a movie. Maybe they made a movie and a series, but the Lonesome Dove series.
Oh yeah, Lonesome Dove.
Was
yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
And then wasn't there was it a series or a movie called North and South? That was a series, right?
It was a series.
Maybe I'm wrong.
It was what are they called when they chop? It's not a series, like a mini. Not a mini. Is it a mini movie where they chop them into like 3? My brain just isn't working.
Yeah.
So they used to do a thing back in the day on.
It was a series.
Okay.
I'm reading up here. Yep, just says it was a TV series. Okay. But yeah, that was a big one. Lonesome Dove was another big one. My dad was really into Westerns. I did watch a lot of Westerns when I was a kid. A lot of John Wayne.
Yeah.
A lot of that.
Westerns. And we would watch, anytime we do there was always like a Stephen King mini-series. That's what it is. So it's like Langoliers or like Tommy Knockers or something. So we'd always watch that kind of stuff. But yeah, man, I consider those movies.
Well, this is the thing is the reason I asked this question to our listeners and to you is I'm the worst about, hey, I've got a few hours on a Friday, that I don't have anything to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull up Netflix, and then I just do the thing where I just scroll forever.
You kill so much time scrolling.
Well, dude, it's that classic option paralysis where it's like, there's so much on here. It's so overwhelming. Plus, I mean, let's be honest. Are any of the movies on Netflix, are most of the movies on Netflix great?
No. I think Netflix needs to
Why is it every time you go to Netflix to look for a certain movie, it's never on there?
It's never there. Even if you have to go to the magnifying glass and search for it.
Yeah.
And they won't pull it up. Then you go all the way out and you just search for you can do the thing where you search for anywhere. Where is it playing anywhere?
Yep. I don't want your Hollywood runoff.
No.
I want the hits, baby.
You know what would be really good for Netflix to do? In my IMHO, there should be an option where when you log in, you can click on an option that says random. And it just goes random and it just randomly picks something for you.
But I think that's awesome in theory, but the problem is there's so much garbage on there.
Well, if the algorithm actually worked the way it should.
The algorithm.
So,
yes.
Algorithms. So it should base it on things that you've been watching.
True.
And then be like, hey, you like this stuff? We'll just throw all those type of movies in one bowl.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I've randomly watched things on Netflix that have blown my mind and been like, that movie is fucking great. And it just looks like, on first glance, you're like, that looks like a really shitty B movie that no one would ever want to watch.
Right, but that's the thing.
Being a great movie.
I agree, man, but I'm not adventurous enough or have watched enough movies to take a chance on those movies that I've never heard of.
Like you said, time is valuable. Time is very precious.
You only get one trip.
You're not going to waste a Friday 2 p.m. on, I don't know, She's All That 3.
Right, exactly.
Step
It Up 2. Nah.
Breaking.
Not for me.
No, so send my boy here some movie option. And myself, there's a lot of movies that I haven't seen. So, you know what? Riddle me this. Sell me on Godfather.
Right.
Sell me on it.
I've never seen Godfather. I've never seen Casino. I've never seen Goodfellas, even though I owned Randy Heyer's copy of Goodfellas for like 3 years.
Casino and Goodfellas are good.
Okay.
But sell me on it. Sell me on God.
Yeah. Now you got extra credit. You got your test. You got extra credit.
You got an essay. You could write me an essay on Godfather.
Chill. We're out of time, dude.
Oh, no.
I know. It's that time. Thank you all for listening. Really appreciate you. Rest in peace, John Witherspoon.
R.I.P.
See ya. See ya. See you in that great toilet in the sky one of these days. And thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.
Bye.